Hello, lovers of whiskey and watchers of YouTube. I am the Malt activist, and today is a very special day because today is the last day, the absolute last day. That means no more of this, no more sampling whiskeys from the Diageo Special Release 2020. Today is going to be the absolute last day, which means starting tomorrow, I can go on holiday. I can go on vacation. At least my mind can. At least my heart can. At least my emotions can. And yes, I know I'm being super melodramatic. But yes, today is the last day. We agreed to taste 8 whiskeys from the Diageo Special Release 2020 and were thoroughly disappointed in almost all of them. And so I again bring to this video some residual anger from this entire experience. However, I will promise to check it and keep it in rein. Which brings us to our last whiskey. That's right, the Talisker 8. Now it's been quite a ride, you know, trying out these different whiskeys. I've managed to lose the plot a couple of times, and for that I do not apologize. I just think it's sad that this is the state of whiskey affairs in the industry today, and this is one of my biggest peeves. You know, when mediocrity is dressed up in fine garb and then let loose to the world, to unsuspecting victims who part with their hard-earned money and go and purchase those little pieces of, I was gonna say but let's say pieces of mediocre wear, if you like, and that I really don't like that. Anyway, so what have we learned so far? We've learned that there are 8 whiskeys in this pack. Definitely 6 of them are the Lagavulin 12 is good. Everything else is just super generic and nobody cares, and which is why I left the Talisker 8 CaskStrength for the absolute last. So, getting down to this whiskey. Talisker, one of my favorite distilleries. This one is aged for 8 years, distilled in 2011, and it's aged in pot still rum casks. Bottled at a, ooh, nice 57.9% ABV. Let's do this. I expected the color to be I don't know, maybe a touch darker, you know, because of the rum cask. But I don't know. Nice nose. Very maritime, quite meaty. Black pepper, citrus. Very smoky. Super salty. Meat on barbecue, meat on grill. This is, I don't know, I think pungent is a bad word for it, but this is like super strong. This is like, boom, super aggressive, in your face, up your nose. Let's neutralize. Yeah, the first thing, smoke, salt, meat. It's like being at a barbecue. So this is built on, obviously, that smoke, meat, and salt base. Quite savory. I don't get much fruity notes. Even the citrus is a very sort of sharpish lime citrus. It's not a sweet citrus. It's a sharp lime citrus. Black pepper. So quite a savory nose. Quite a savory nose. Interesting. It's definitely seems like a challenging whiskey to me. I think the ABV is nice and high, 57.9%. Excuse me. So almost 58%. It's young. I'm glad it does not have the telltale signs of a young spirit, which is the varnish or the ethanol that you can expect from young spirits. So I think this is The nose is very, very promising. I am interested to see what water does to it. Some cherry drops now. Do I like it? Yes, I do like the nose. Water relief. He's not going to lose his mind and the plot today, hopefully. So good. I'm happy. I'm glad we're somewhat, hopefully, going to end on a good note. So to everyone who was part of this journey, good or bad, whether you enjoyed yourself or not, there were times when I didn't, to be very honest, but I'm glad we were all there together towards the end, and now hopefully we can end on a high note. So thanks to all of you. Chin chin. Woo! Ow! This is really high in ABV. Okay, yes, I like it. I love it. It's fantastic. It's very, very nice. It starts off sweet, and I didn't expect that. So that's a pleasant surprise. It's nice, medium to full bodied. Maybe more medium than full, but definitely a nice texture. It's not thin by any means. And then, the sweetness gets overtaken by a lot of pepper and a lot of salt and a lot of pinpricks of black pepper and white pepper. And woo! And the more you keep it on your palate, the more the body improves. I don't know. But the finish, once you take it in, super warm. Everything is coated in pinpricks. That's the alcohol talking. And wow. Yes, I like it. This was a good experience. I'm happy with this whiskey. I'll give it like a B+, A-. This is definitely, I think, is it better than the Lagavulin 12? I mean, it's definitely a lot more challenging, a lot more memorable than the Lagavulin 12, that's for sure. What was the ABV on the 12? Let me see. 56.4%. So, I mean, not that much difference. But I think, wow, I didn't think I'd say this, but I think I like this. I like this slightly better than the Lagavulin 12. Yeah, good. Very nice. Shall we try water? Let's try water. Again, I never know how much is enough, what is right, what is wrong. Definitely softened the nose here for sure. It's not sweeter as I thought it was going to be, so it retains its savory note, its savory character. I'm thinking green olives for some reason. Maybe I'm thinking brine. I'm thinking more brine. Just definitely more briny, more salinity to it. It's more like saline. Interesting. Has water made the nose better? Nah, not really. It's dulled the sort of meat on charcoal aromas, but brought out more of the saltiness. Yeah, perfectly acceptable. So cool. Let's do this. Let's see what it tastes like. I'm getting chili spice here. So starts off much sweeter than without water. So with water, it definitely starts off much sweeter, but also gets spicier. Not as drying, quite oily. And again, those chilies, it's almost like red chilies, or very sharp black peppercorns. Szechuan peppercorns. Yeah, when you eat Szechuan peppercorns, your tongue goes numb and the inside of your lips go numb. I'm experiencing something very similar. And wow, I think it does better on the palate with water than it does on the nose. So definitely a couple of drops on the palate should make it a little more palatable to begin with, but also brings out the sweeter flavors. But then also does amp up the spicier notes, but they're kind of in harmony. I think it's a little more spicy than it is sweet. I would have preferred slightly less spice just from a balance perspective, but you know, it works. It definitely works. Woohoo! We did it! We got to the end! We got to the promised land. Bye-bye. Woohoo! High five. So that was cool, man. So I'm glad, so happy that I left the Talisker to the end because I wanted to end on a high note and I was just hoping that this would be the one to deliver it. I wish I knew how much this cost. I don't think it's too expensive actually. Or is it? Yeah, I really should do my research. So the price, I'll look it up and put it on the screen now. This is how much it cost. I don't know how much that is. But I'm sure it's one of the cheaper ones compared to the other ones in the kit. So get it. Get yourself a Talisker 8. Nice. Yes, with water, once it settles down, sweet becomes almost easy sipping. I know it's not easy sipping, it's still like 50 something, but you know what I mean. It's easier sipping. It still leaves a little burn in your throat, but in a good way. I like it. Wow. So cool, man. That's awesome. Yes, love it. So well done, Talisker, for not disappointing me. That means a lot. And Diageo, you screwed up. You screwed up big time. That's not a good release. In fact, it's quite horrible. The Lagavulin and the Talisker saved you. So all the smoke saved you, man. The smoke and peat saved your ass. I know my last couple of videos have been just about, you know, ranting and raving and just being, you know, just being on a rage trip, and that's not cool. So I want to end this on a good note because I'm in a good mood and I'm so happy that this whiskey turned out nice. If there's any whiskey that you want to buy from the special release, make it the Lagavulin and the Talisker. Give everything else a wide berth. It has no business sitting on your shelf and taking your hard-earned money. So that's my little advice to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. It means a lot. I'm glad we got through this journey together. And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have done this. So thanks to all of you out there for your encouraging comments and for watching and for subscribing. And you guys are awesome and I love you. And thank you so much. I'm the Malt Activist. Until next time. Peace.